Welcome to the new SuSu. Here's a question. Have you ever been approached by someone asking you to be a part of something called a SuSu? Or you may know it by one of its many other names, a gifting flower. SuSu 2020, Blessing Loom, SuSu Flower, Friends and Family Share, the new SuSu, Gifting Circle, or Gifting Community. Did they tell you that by joining one of these communities is a way for you to reach financial security and create generational wealth for your family and friends, as well as build a network of like-minded people and resources to take advantage of future business, social, and educational opportunities? Well, I don't want to burst your bubble, guys, so I guess I won't. All of that stuff is absolutely true. That is, if everyone follows the blueprint of the system. So what is the system? And what the heck is a SuSu for that matter? The original SuSu was created in ancestral African and Caribbean countries as a way to build individual and communal financial security, whereby a certain number of honorable and trustworthy people agree to put a fixed amount of money in a pot, weekly, monthly, or annually, to be held by one treasurer and distributed to each person when their week, month, or year comes due. Each person receives the same amount of money to be used as they see fit. After you pay out, you can either put back into the SuSu or take your money and go. Sounds awesome, right? So then what is the new SuSu Flower or SuSu 2020? Well, it works on the same principle with a slightly different setup. In the new SuSu, or Gifting Flower, there are 15 fixed positions, 8 fire positions, 4 air positions, 2 earth positions, and 1 water position. Unlike the original SuSu, where everyone pays into a pot or to a treasurer to hold the funds for future distribution, the first week, only all the fire portions, let's call one of them Sarah, individually will pay or gift to the water position, in denomination of anywhere from $25 to $1,000. In addition to gifting to the water position, Sarah must share this wonderful opportunity with 2 other people, thereby moving her into the air position in week 2, and putting the 2 people she invited into the fire position their first week. In week 3, Sarah will move into the earth position, while the 2 people she invited will both move into air positions. For their second week, once they both invite and secure 2 fires to bring into their community. In week 4, Sarah will move into the water position, where she will be gifted by all 8 fire positions who were invited in by the 4 air positions. Now, this is where the magic happens. At this point, you must be asking yourself, if there are 2 earth positions, and let's say Robert is the second earth position after doing everything Sarah has done from week 1, then how does Robert get gifted if there is only 1 water position? Wait, I'll tell you how. The 1 flower where Sarah and Robert are in the earth positions will split in week 4, becoming 2 separate flowers. As Sarah moves into her water position, she will take the upper half of the flower with her, putting the 2 people in those air positions into earth positions on the new flower. The 4 people invited into the community by those 2 earth signs will now move into the 4 air positions on the new flower, leaving the 8 people they invited into the community in the fire positions to give Sarah in her water week. And the same process repeats for Robert and everyone he invited. Once Robert and Sarah receive their gifts in the water position, they can either choose to leave the community or re-gift back into the community with their initial gift amount, keeping the rest to do well as they please. Yes, it is that simple. But everyone must do their part by sharing this wonderful opportunity with your family and friends. This means every person coming into the community is responsible for bringing in at least 2 or more people. This will ensure that the system continuously flows and everyone who makes it to the water position will receive their gifts. Is this a pyramid scheme or Ponzi scheme? When told about this great opportunity, many uninformed people will try to tell you that it's a pyramid scheme or Ponzi scheme. So let's briefly examine those 2 terms. A pyramid or triangle is the strongest structure in nature because it distributes weight or force evenly on all sides, which basically means it's completely balanced. The word scheme in short for schematic, which is just a blueprint, diagram, or a plan to do, make or build something. So in essence, a pyramid scheme is a strong plan or a diagram to build or make something. A Ponzi scheme gets its name from Charles Ponzi, a man who swindled investors by promising a 50% return on their investment with the redemption of European postal coupons, something perfectly legal. The only problem was he never redeemed any of the coupons and paid off old investors with new investors' money, being that this was much easier than redeeming hundreds of millions of coupons. As stated, unlike a normal SuSu or the plan that our good old buddy Charles Ponzi came up with, there is no investment, treasurer, or single person who holds your money. You are only blessing one single person with a gift and waiting your turn to receive your gift. Basically, putting a slight twist on that age-old saying, it's better to give and receive than pay it forward again. But wait a minute, is all this SuSu stuff even legal? The answer is yes. In America, the IRS allows a person to receive up to $15,000 as a gift from one singular person without it being taxed. $15,001 or over is subject to the taxable rate. This means you can receive multiple gifts from people up to $15,000 without it being taxable by the IRS. That's absolutely awesome. So you may just want to consider doing this before they change those laws. So, is the new SuSu, or any SuSu for that matter, the right thing for you to do? In a post-COVID world where they want us to separate to stay alive, coming together and community gifting may be the best way for us to thrive.